There are cases of multiple abductions or additional eyewitnesses like Travis Walton's horrific experience, or the case of Police Sergeant Alan Godfrey, who encountered a flying saucer whilst on patrol.
As I got near to this object, it became apparent to me that what I was looking at wasn't something that I would normally find in the early hours of the morning in Todmorden, you know.
3 other police officers reported a UFO in the sky.
It was a nuts and bolts thing. It wasn't an hallucination, it was real. This object was 20 foot wide. It's 14 feet high. It's diamond shaped. The bottom half of it was rotating, the top half was stationary. It had a bank of dark windows, or could have been panelling.
Under hypnosis, he described his abduction by aliens.
Now in this room, there is a very tall humanoid, for want of a better word. He's about 6 foot to 6'6", very tall, thin, with a beard. He had a skull cap on and he had this white gown on. What happens then is, I'm asked to get on this bed. And then these horrible little things come. They are a lamp-shaped head with black, dark eyes. That's the best way I can describe them. And there was about 7 or 8 of them. I know that night what I saw was real. It was damn real.
Is this close encounter a false memory created by hypnosis?
The actual account which Alan gives under hypnosis is very, very compelling, because when you fit together the jigsaw of what he remembers consciously and can tell us consciously with what he can only remember under hypnosis, it ties together. For instance, at the beginning of Alan's connection with the UFO, consciously, he tells us that he thought it was a bus. He realized on second looking again that it wasn't a bus, and he decided to drive on and have a look at it. Under hypnosis, he says it's a bus. It's not a bus.
It was. It's not a bus.
And you can see an expression on his face of incredulity. He does not believe what he's looking at.
It's like a flying saucer.
A lot of people think that Alan Godfrey has been led by the hypnotist or influenced by the hypnotist or myself. This is not true. All the doctors I have used, none of them in fact believe in UFOs. They're intrigued as to the witness's experience. They don't have an explanation for it, but they basically do not believe in UFOs. These doctors, if you would, stand between me and the witness.
Jesus. There's a light. Shining a light.
Apart from the fact that it's the doctors who carry out most of the interrogation without using leading questions, on at least 2 occasions, Alan Godfrey has rebelled and refused to answer any further questions. On one occasion, he almost jerked himself out of hypnosis and said, "I'm not answering you. I haven't to answer that."
I haven't answered that.
Why haven't you to answer that?
Because when I think about it, it hurts.
It has to be said that at the time that Alan Godfrey had his experience and underwent hypnosis, the accounts of alien abductions were virtually, if not completely, unknown in the United Kingdom. I had certainly never heard of them. I don't know of anybody who had. Hypnosis seems to be the only tool, at least it's the only tool that I am aware of, to probe missing and confused memories. It's not a foolproof method, but if it hadn't been used, the abduction side of all the experiences of amnesiacs all over the world would never have come to light.
These are robots.
Mm-hmm.
They're not human.
I honestly believe that what happened to me on hypnosis really happened.
Is there any other evidence to support these reports? Abductees report strange marks, scars and bruises.
I will wake up with injuries to my body I can't explain. I can't explain them. I don't want to find something on my body and say, gee, I wonder if aliens put it there. I want to know for sure. So when I go to bed, I'm very keen on what's what on my body. So to wake up with a 4-inch long cut out of nowhere underneath your long johns on your leg that burns is a big question mark. And this stuff happens to me fairly often. The other thing that happens, of course, you get these triangular marks. You hear about them so much. It's real. People are really getting these. I get them. And what's fascinating about it is that they're identical to the ones the other individuals are getting. You look at my photographs of body injury, they look like everybody else's.
There are also reports of implants. One abductee even paid for an operation to have one removed. Jesse Long believes he was abducted as a child. Something was implanted in his leg.
Oh, you're just feeling twisting?
But it still hurts.
They don't seem concerned with me while I'm on the table screaming and yelling and wanting to get away, because these experiences are not pleasant at all. They're some of the most frightening things you could ever experience.
There it is. There's your
Wow.
triangular shard.
Cheese.
Or if you like, I'd lay it on the skin like that next to it. And let me blot off the blood.
This is a photograph taken of me sitting on the porch. You can actually see the scoop mark in my leg where the object was put in. The object always hurt for those 34 years. I mean, I had to wear my socks below them. Here's the big blunt end. And then we have the very tip of it, which is now here. So that when they're laid together, it forms a triangular shaped shard.
Electron micrographs show that it's only common glass. It contains no chemical elements alien to our planet.
It had silicon and magnesium and zinc and silver and calcium. Just recently I had it analyzed further. They found titanium. In addition to that, they've also found sulfur, 24% sulfur.
Are abductions happening for certain? Are they just figments of the imagination? There is no hard evidence.
I have no concrete proof. I don't have a cigarette lighter from the spaceship, you know. But I think that's going to be something that if it happened, if somebody said they had the cigarette lighter from the spaceship, I'd be very skeptical right off, because I know the way this thing works, and they're not going to let us have anything to prove this is going on until they want us to.
I know that night what I saw was real. It was damn real. Now what I don't know is what was it and where did it come from?
It's a mystery to me. You know, I can't understand what was going on there.
And they always paralyze me because they know if they don't, I'll kill everyone I can get my hands on.
Why do they choose certain people? What do the aliens want?
I don't really know for sure, but I do know that this presence, this non-human intelligence, plans, if I'm to believe it, to make contact with every single last human soul in this world before they're finished with what they're doing. So it's better than landing on the White House lawn, I think. And it's certainly more effective.
Stay awake.